Hey guys, Insomnia here with some more AFK Arena. Today we're looking at our last faction team, which is the Mauler Team. This team is actually comprised of a pretty strong team. We got K-Sauce, we have Brutus in here, and Atandra, Nemitsu, which I'm keeping in because he is our healer, and Sophia, which is our DPS. So what I'm using is Brutus as my tank, and then Atandra for my other tank, and then K-Sauce I'm using for my DPS. So we do have two DPS. We have one DPS slash healer, which is Nemitsu, which keeps the team alive. And also with the healing ability that K-Sauce brings, raise the life ability of Maulers by 6. So 16 life leech, which goes to 16% damage, essentially, is what they'll go ahead and heal for. So as of right now, the Lost Sigils event, I've been using all of the sigils for diamonds to make sure that I've kept it all the same with all the teams, even though I'm doing this one a day later, so I do have quite a few more diamonds. So we're going to go ahead and get into our summons, which we'll go ahead and use our scrolls. We don't have enough for the faction summons yet, so unfortunately we're going to have to hold out for that, but we did push a little bit further into the tower and then a little bit further into the peaks of time. We cleared the first 3 boards, and all the faction teams are right on the exact same level for the peaks of time. Hopefully out of these summons we get some elite. Doesn't look like the first 2 pulls were anything, but we did get one here, which is very nice for the Mauler team. Titus, he is the newest Mauler hero, which I haven't really used him. He is continuous damage and control if you've ever fought him. He does push you around a bit. So that is my only copy of him. Hopefully we can get him to elite. I would like to swap him in, see who we can kind of swap him out for. And I believe we have enough to do some elite summons as well, elite soulstone summons, after we pull all these, which we got 2 more summons here. Our second elite, hopefully a Mauler, which is very nice, another Sophia. I already have, I think, 2 copies of her, but we've just been missing a lot of fodder for this team, just like most of the teams. Staying faction specific, it's been just a lot more difficult. So that'll sum it up for summons. Hopefully we do get a card, which we do. And quite a bit there. Look at that, tons of emblems. As soon as I get someone up, I will be able to use a majority of those, which I'm thinking maybe Brutus for the first one, or Anatandra, and a Titus, a second Titus. Very nice. So I will actually get him up as well. He's a hero that I don't have or don't use on any of my accounts. I believe I unlocked him on my main account, but that was it. Just pulled out 1 copy of him. We got another elite from the companion, which is not too bad, Gorvo. That'll help in the faction towers, which I believe unlock when you complete chapter 15. I believe it is 15. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I believe it is 15. So here we'll go ahead and look at our ascensions, which we have quite a few. So we can get another Sophia. We're getting Titus up. Quite a few there. 1, 2, 3 Maulers. 4 Maulers. So hopefully that'll give us enough food to get some of these heroes up. And it looks like it will. So let's focus on the team here. So we'll go ahead and get him up. And I believe I am going to... See, I got a lot of copies of Sophia as well, but I'm thinking that I'm going to use Titus because I don't use him on any of my accounts. Savius, and we'll go with a Goalless. That would level him up to the legendary status, but I'm wondering if I should do Sophia just because I have so many copies of her already, and I could take her right to a legendary plus. And Nemitsu, I don't have enough, or I do have enough. I do have another copy. So you know what, to try to keep the team alive, and I don't use him either. I'd like to get Titus up, but I can't just add another DPS without having some form of healing. So Nemitsu it's going to be. He's another hero, legendary now, that I don't use, and I haven't really used on any of my accounts. So I want to see what he can do. I'll get Titus up next time, so let me go ahead and get him all leveled up and all set. So this team actually has the strongest composition of heroes If you look here, we have 4 legendary plus heroes. None of the other faction accounts have that. So let me go ahead and get them all leveled up and all set to go, and then we will push the campaign. Oh, I almost forgot. We do have some soul stones as well. So we'll see if we can get Rowan, which I believe we just unlocked him with that one. So no help with the soul stones, but that's okay. So let me go ahead and get the account all set, and then we'll push the campaign. All right, so we are back for our campaign push 11-18. As you can see, the Graveborn team is right behind us. The Wilder team is a little bit in front of us, and way up here at the top is the Lightbearer team. They only have 4 more stages till this chapter is complete. We'll be moving into chapter 12. So there's Nemitsu. I got him all leveled up. Got him to his level 141, actually. So I had to change around some in the Resonating Crystal. But I think with his totem set, it's going to be really, really solid. And as you see there, he puts a totem right behind Angelo, and Angelo just turns around to attack it, which he doesn't do much damage to it at all. So an easy stage to complete kind of right off the bat. And if we do get to complete this chapter, or even enough stages, we should be able to get another summon at the end of this one. As you can see, the team synergy for Maulers with Maulers is just phenomenal, especially with the life leech that they carry. Not only does Brutus and K-Sauce bring his own life leech, K-Sauce is the one who brings all of the life leech to the team. Nemitsu there with the totem right in the middle. And then Sophia does a lot of damage, which she's one that I want to focus on for her signature item. If you notice her signature item, it increases her damage output by 1%. And then as she does more damage, it increases her damage. So it kind of magnifies her damage. But then at level 30, which is ultimate unlock, her regular attack turns to scatterbolts, which is awesome because scatterbolts stun the target. So when she throws a scatterbolt, which would be her normal attack, it breaks into 3 different bolts and hits targets. So it just seems like that would add a humongous AoE factor. And then if she's stunning heroes kind of non-stop with the scatterbolt, I don't know anyone, or I don't know many people who use Sophia. I've seen 1 or 2 people talk about her on the forums and how strong she really is, especially when she gets up in level. Because if you see, she puts that little aura over my team in the back row, so it ups the damage of her, ups the damage of Nemitsu, and ups the damage of K-Sauce, all in the back row. And if anybody comes into the back row, it nerfs their damage. It's a debuffer as well. So as you can see there, he drops a totem right in the middle of all 3 of them, and an attack totem right on the other side of the battlefield, which they just go right into attacking. So Nemitsu reminds me somewhat of Rowan just from the totems. The totems show up by the hero that needs them the most. So if you see, he drops it right there. The attack totem is in the back. The healing totem's right up towards the front. Healing all 3 of those. Now couple that with the life leech ability that all of them have. Just a solid team with synergy. So 11-26, kind of cruising right through it. And Goldus here is very, very strong. As you can see, he takes Brutus down almost right away to almost no life. But big thing about Brutus being the king is he does not die. He just shields himself, and usually by the time the shield ends, he's healed up significantly, especially if you're unlocking a signature item, because that heals him for 10% off the bat. Looks like Smash Mold's got a new video. I've seen it pop up for a quick second. Have to check that out when I'm done. 11-28, and now we're starting to get into the Ascended heroes. This is where it takes a little more time, because as you can see there, Anatandra died almost right off the bat. So the team comps here is where it becomes important, and not only that is sometimes you'll have to swap up where your heroes are at, so actually your formation, to get them down. As you can see here, the whole entire team's on Savius, and Savius is just still staying up. But we pass right by the Wilder team, and we are catching up to the Lightbearer team. Kind of the Mauler on Mauler comp here. When you look at this comp overall, I mean, Anatandra is very solid. Very, I mean, A to S plus, depending on the situation. Brutus, of course, carries the team. K-Sauce does a ton of damage, as you can see there, to the back line with his throwing axes, especially if he catches them, he throws it again. Sophia does a lot of damage, a lot of buff. The only thing this team is lacking is just a little bit of CC, but I feel like they can kind of overpower that with the team comp and the formation they have. If you look at the throwing axes, that takes the back line to 50% damage right there, just from one of his throwing axe abilities. They do so much damage so fast. And not only does Nemitsu have a healing totem and he has a damage totem, his other ability is haste. As you can see there right there on K-Sauce, he hasted him right off the bat, which not only improves his damage, but makes him regenerate energy a lot faster. As he's attacking faster, his energy regeneration. That's why haste is so strong when you look at like a Leica or even the twins, how absolutely amazing the haste buff is. And not too many heroes have a haste buff. As you can see there, just like always, Brutus goes right to the shield. Even going to mid-game and end-game, Brutus is a hero that I've used even just to mitigate damage, where you have 3 super high DPS in the front, or even 2 in the back and 1 in the front. His immunity can give the ability to take down the rest of the team, because where your normal hero might be dying or your normal tank might be dying off the bat, he has the ability just to absorb the damage, shield, heal back up, and then continue going. So I've used him effectively even endgame to kind of cheese my way through the game, as a lot of people would say. And I found him very, very effective when it comes to cheesing the damage of Belinda or the damage of... Looks like we're getting pretty beat up on this one. The damage of Belinda or the damage of Isabella. Huge burst, Athalia, huge burst DPS. And it looks like this might be our first loss. So I'm going to go ahead and change up the formation a little bit. We can try it one more time, but it should be pretty solid. If we can take out the caster in the top, we can take out Morella with the throwing axes. We just need Brutus to stay alive for a little bit. They keep dropping out our DPS pretty early on this one. Misu with his little shockwave. Throwing axes might come through, and it looks like we might have this one if we can keep chaos up. Golas is super strong though, but I think the life leech and the totems are going to take care of it. He's just steady attacking the totems. Sometimes it takes just 1 or 2 more, which this will push us to 1136, which is where the light bearer team is. This is the team that we couldn't defeat. So actually I'm going to have to move her up top. Trying to move Sophia out of the way of the throwing axes that are coming. But Anatander goes right to the back line, which we took Chaos down pretty quick, and we took the other healer down pretty quick. And again, attacking the totems. It's so nice having a hero to have the ability to do that. They always focus on ads like Rezo and Baden, like I've said before, and they always focus on the totems. You'll have 1 or 2 heroes on them that they could, you know, the enemy heroes could actually kill, but they choose not to because the totem comes up just like that. K-Sauce turns around, starts attacking the totem right off the bat, uses throwing axes on the totem. And the distraction that they get. That's what makes them so strong. Is not only the totem staying alive, is if he goes back up, he will turn around and he'll go straight back to the totems. As you can see there, we had, I think, 3 totems up on the field on that one. So we passed. So this is the furthest team now. And the Tandra goes down pretty quick, but Brutus will take out 2 of them. I loves K-Sauce's ability to just run right to the other side of the battlefield with his ultimate ability. It is so strong. I believe we have one more. Sophia took a lot of damage there. But as long as we can get... Should be able to get this down pretty easy. So Mauler's making a big push here. We'll see if we can finish out the chapter. I think we're pretty close. This is the last one. If we can take out this team comp, which we should be able to, the goalless is going to be pretty tough, though. Because they do have quite a bit of CC. As long as K-Sauce can get that down. Then we get Morelli. Yep, we got it. Whoa, 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 maybe. That fireball was huge. Maybe not. Let's go ahead and give that one more try. We should have had it. That little flaming phoenix just took out 3 of the 5 heroes that I had left. And she is pretty strong, and Anatandra goes down right off the bat. So maybe if we can get her down in the back line. If nope. And again with the... Now we should have this one, actually. As long as we can get... No, Brutus! I think he already used his shield. Oh, so close. All right, last try. It's so close. I know usually I just do the one defeat and done, but I feel like it's so close. Now Anatandra stays up. So we got that down. I think we're going to have it with Anatandra because she has the ability to heal herself. And that'll finish out the chapter. Chapter 11. So the first one pushing into the next chapter, which we'll see if it actually works. I believe that was one of the fixes. Yep, so moving into 12. Moving into the Ancient Runes. So we'll go ahead and we will collect our gems here, which I believe we got to summon. And I unlocked Namora. Look at that. A free Namora. So pretty nice. We'll go ahead and do one more summons, which will give us a couple more emblems here. And I believe the faction summons, you can go ahead. We haven't... Don't recommend switching it, but I want to go ahead and do the summons because I want to see if we can get anything good out of this. I usually just wait, which we did get an elite right off the bat, but I want to see if I can get anybody else up. Titus again. That is 3 copies of Titus. That's just telling me they want me to use him is what I'm taking out of that one. So we'll do our last summon here. Hopefully get 1 fodder out of it. Maybe a good elite. And nothing to help the Maulers on that one. That's okay. I believe we do have enough for the barracks. That should give us enough. And that will be it for the Maulers. We get another Rowan. Rowan's been pretty good this game. That's double Rowan there. We got triple Titus. We can get Hogan up. So overall, we got a couple of copies of Sophia. We got a couple copies of Titus. 3 total copies of him. It looks like this team is ready to rock and roll. I'm sure I could push quite a bit through Chapter 11, but I'm going to stop here. Most of the teams, 1 defeat is where I stop. So we went through 2 or 3 defeats, which I've done with a couple of the teams. So the Maulers pushed to Chapter 11. Let me know in the comments what you think. I like the super solid team build. Not sure about Titus, who I should swap out for him or if I should use him. And also Scrag. I know Scrag since the rework. I have him on one of my test accounts, and he is just a monster to kill because he does a stun. Just kind of a random stun with his little Iron Jaw running through. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about the Mauler team. Thank you for all the love in the comments that I've gotten from all the videos that I made. Thank you for your subscription. Have a good day.